Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP in chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat, well, I'm going to tell you about my week. This week I am working on Darling Dragonling 5, and this is my Jasmine Beckett Griffith painting that I am entering into the JBG along. As you can tell, I haven't gotten very far on it. I've only gotten 2 sections done. Been very focused on Moon Elf because that one's just been a blast to work on. And also trying to power through my mystery kit too because I'm almost done with that. I have about like 2.5 rows left of that, so I'm very close to finishing that. So I've been kind of focusing on those instead. But today I'm working on this one. So what I am working with, I have my Firefly, this is the Ignite Plus tray, and this is in, of course, blue. I am using my Butterfly Effectwares pen. This is the black opal pen. I am using washi tape that was a freebie from either a Diamond Art Club kit or a Craftably kit. Oh, speaking of which, this is a Craftably kit I'm working on. And then I have this cute little cover minder. Just scoot it over there. There we go. This cute little trash cover minder from Mermaid Cavern, and this is like the little kitty shake one. It was a freebie I got. And then yeah, I'm using my art dot storage containers. So yeah, that should be everything. Been working on this color because I was just watching a bunch of lives. So here we go. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday. I'm actually filming this on the 4th. We didn't really do anything today. It was a lay around the house and just relax day because, you know, my fiance of course headed off for the holiday, and, you know, we didn't really feel like doing anything, so guess what? We didn't. Nothing wrong with that. So what happened this week? I have to think back now. Oh my goodness. So last week was pretty rough on me, I'm not gonna lie, because it was the first week that we had the boys on full-blown summer vacation. So, and of course, it freaking rained all last week. I was like so annoyed because usually what we would do, like the boys would go outside and play with the neighbor girls, and oh, it'd be great, and you know, they'd be out there for hours. Yeah, no. It rained all week long. It was horrible. It was bad. It was annoying. It was just really annoying because like we've been wanting to get our pool up and everything like that, and just haven't been able to because, you know, straight downpours. Yeah. For a bit there, it was not even feeling like summer. It was feeling like spring weather. Today is definitely summer weather because it's like 80 degrees outside with like ungodly rainforest level humidity. So yeah, that's been fun. Which color do I want to go with? Let's do that one. Basically just been working this one color at a time. It's very color blocky too, so it's gonna go quick. So yeah, boys were basically bored all week because, you know, we couldn't go out, they couldn't go outside and play. And so it was like, okay, they got bored of their game. Well, Alex. It's mostly Alex. Drake was fine. Like, you put Drake down with the Switch and he'd be content to do that for hours upon hours of any day. But Alex was getting bored with all the stuff that he was doing, and Drake didn't want to play with him. Understandably so, because he gets bossy when Drake plays with him. So it was just like, okay, he's getting bored, and like, it's not like we don't have things for them to do inside. Like, believe me, they both have like coloring books and colored pencils, because like we got them a bunch of art stuff for Christmas, and my mom got them a bunch of art stuff for Christmas. So it's like, you guys got plenty to do. You got clay, you got coloring, you got some Legos. They still have some Lego sets they have to build. We have board games. Like, there's just so much to do. They both have diamond paintings they could be working on too, because they wanted to get into diamond painting, and then you get them diamond paintings and then they haven't worked on them. But yeah, so yeah, Alex was like doing the on board thing. I'm bored. It's like, okay, well, like he was bored of the TV shows he was watching too, because like he's been binging One Piece and I'm tired of watching One Piece personally. They're like, he's in like the 500s right now, I think, on episodes. So it's like, man, so sick of listening to that show. But yeah, it was just, so yeah, we were dealing with that, and then on top of it, Sydney was very, very, very grumpy all week long. We're like, okay, what is going on? And then the other day, this is gonna sound gross, but you know, she's a child and she eats anything she finds off the floor. But the other day, I was fishing a piece of cat litter out of her mouth, and as I was doing so, I felt another tooth coming in, and this is one of her molars. So she has a molar coming in right now. And we're like, okay, well, that explains why you've been in such a bad mood. Like, she's been full on clinging to my fiance. Like, she won't let him go with anything. And it's been rough. So, reasons why I was kind of quiet last week, that is why. I was so worn out from all the kiddos. Should move this back over to the side. It's comfortable. So, yeah. I actually try to think. So yeah, I recorded last on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday. So yeah, Wednesday was just basically just chilling, taking care of everybody, and of course, you know, dealing with grumpiness and everything like that. And yeah, and we're dealing with a rough situation with the boys too, because like, obviously different households are going to have different rules. Like, that's to be expected when you have parents or divorced parents. But when the difference is so extreme, it gets to be difficult, because basically over there they have no rules. They can just go crazy whenever they want, and they've no supervision over there. Over here, we are with them all the time, and we have rules, because obviously, you know, when the baby goes down for a nap, you can't be down here screaming and all that stuff, you know. So trying to deal with that has been difficult, because, you know, the boys act like they're at the mom's house where they have no rules, and then when we tell them, or when, you know, we get frustrated and yell at them about stuff, they get upset about it. And it's like, okay, well, I've been trying to tell you these things. And like, one day was really frustrating, because it was like our I think it was Tuesday. It was like our one sunny day of the week. And so like, we're like, okay, boys, you guys should go outside and play with the girls. And Alex didn't want to, or he's like, I only want to go outside for an hour and then come back in. And then I was like, why? And like, you know, of course, you know, we had to take him to the doctor and everything. Found out he has a sinus infection that he had to fight. He's been fighting off. So it was like understandable why he didn't want to go outside, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, when you go outside, you don't have to jump around on the trampoline. You don't have to run around and like sprint everywhere in the yard. You guys can just find a calmer game to play. And so like, I was telling him, like, look, this is probably going to be one of the only days you guys are going to get outside this week, because it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. And so, like, yeah. So it was after lunchtime, and, you know, I was already stressed out from lunch, because meal times for Sydney now is she's going to sit there and scream at you unless you're putting food in her mouth. So when she's eating, like, her Cheerios and stuff like that, she can't keep shoving them in her mouth, and we stopped giving her a bunch at a time, because she kept choking herself because she kept shoveling them all in her mouth. Yeah, we spend the whole entire lunchtime just having her scream at us, because she just wants to keep food going into her mouth. So, like, I was already annoyed at that, and then I went upstairs, got them clothes out so they could go outside, and my fiance was in a meeting, and like, I flat out told the boys, I'm like, you guys gotta be quiet, Dad's in a meeting and he might have to talk and stuff like that. You know, they always say okay, but it's like, they never hear you. So they get upstairs, and like, all of a sudden you hear laughing, and then like, somebody like jumps down really hard on the floor and stuff like that. So I had to go up and talk to them about that. Like, come on guys, seriously. And like, you know, I'm frustrated at this point, because I just got screamed at for so long, and now the kids are fighting me on stuff, and so yeah, I told them they needed to keep quiet and stuff like that, and like Drake was changing in his room and Alex was changing in the bathroom. Oh yeah, since it is the 4th, there's a potential you might hear fireworks, but I don't know if the microphone will pick them up or not. So yeah, and then it was so cute. I came back down because like we've been talking to the boys, like you got to make sure you like respond to us so we know you heard us. And so Drake came down. He's like, by the way, Mackenzie, I heard what you said. I'm like, okay, good, bud. So that was good. I was like, okay, that's an improvement right there. The fact that he came down and just flat out told us, like, I heard you. So yeah. That was, I think that was Wednesday, right? Yeah, because I think Thursday was the day that we got Alex an appointment with the doctor. Because, like, it was funny because we had to make 2 appointments. Sydney is up for her 15-month checkup because as of 2 days from now, she'll be 15 months. So she's up for her next checkup, which also includes another vaccine that's going to be a rough one because it's a live virus vaccine. So we're gonna probably have a grumpy baby girl on our hands again. We can't catch a break, I swear. But yeah, so we had to make 2 appointments. So we made the one for Sydney, and then we had to make one for Alex because he was fine for the most part, but he just had this like congestion that just wasn't going away because kids got allergies, and apparently his mom missed the memo that he's been diagnosed with seasonal allergies. Him and Drake both have, and she has not been giving them allergy medicine like she should be. Because like basically what we do during because right now we're in the super polleny season here. So usually through this point we just preemptively give them allergy medicine every day, so that way we keep it under control. But that didn't happen, and then of course everything got settled into his head, and he ended up with a sinus infection. So yeah, we had to get him to the doctor because we're like, yeah, we're pretty sure you have a sinus infection, and in order to get rid of that, you need antibiotics. And so he got to took him to the doctor, got him antibiotics, and like a couple days later, he said he was starting to feel a little bit better and stuff like that. So yeah, good news. Hopefully he's still taking them right now because they're back with their mom this week. So yeah, that was an adventure. And then and then Thursday I was working on, I think this was all Thursday, I was working on my canvas for Summer at the Masters, and then I made a discovery about the canvas that made it so that I do not want to work on it anymore. I actually filmed the post review on that one earlier. The kit is unfinished and it's going to remain unfinished. Actually, it's currently outside, ready to go in the garbage. And I will never be purchasing from Crafties again, I will say that much. But yeah, there's a whole video coming out on it. So yeah, so I made that decision, and then I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh man, now I don't have anything for Summer at the Masters. Like, I was really looking forward to completing out the event. I was really excited about it because it was the first year I was taking part in it. Because Summer of the Masters started around the time when I started this channel, and I remember like checking it. I was like, oh, that's interesting, but at that point it wasn't as easy to get an old Masters kit. Like, you basically had to order a custom. So I didn't do it that year, and then the second year of Summer of the Masters, I had a newborn at home. So I didn't have the ability, I wasn't diamond painting during that point, because I was just too tired to do anything at that point. So this year I was like, yeah, I'm going to do Summer of the Masters this year. But then that ended up happening, and I was like, oh man, I don't have a kit to finish now for the event, and I was bummed about it. And then everybody's like, well, why don't you, like, everybody that I talked to, all my friends in the Discord there, they're like, why don't you check to see if like you can get your hands on a Diamond Dots or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. Like, we have a Joann's like 15 minutes from my house. And so I went online to see if like they had any in stock at our store, and then I did find that they had 3, I think it was, in stock. So I was like, cool. And so I placed one for pickup, And so, like, and I did this, like, late at night, so it wasn't until it wasn't available until Friday for pickup. But I was like, okay, cool, so then we'll just go and get that, and that'd be awesome. And then, so Friday comes around, and, so my fiance's friend's wife is a chiropractor. And so Alex went to have an appointment with her last week, and she wanted him to come in for a follow-up this week. And so that was scheduled for Friday. And then my fiance initially was like, okay, so once we are done with the chiropractor, then we'll come back, or on our way back through, I can just swing by Joanne's and pick up your painting and stuff like that. And I was like, and then I was sitting there, I was like, but I kind of want to go to Joanne's. And then I thought of a cool idea. I was like, why don't we take the kids why don't we just go, and then we'll take the kids with us and let the boys each pick out, like, a craft project. And, like, that way we have something to do, because, once again, rainy day. So we're like, well, why don't we do that? So that way we have something to do with them later, and, something that they can have some fun with and everything. And my fiance thought it was a great idea. So after the appointment, they came back home, and then we got, like, geared everybody up into the car, because, like, I basically stayed home with Sydney and Drake while they were at the appointment. So then we geared up everybody and got in the car. Well, I wanted to shower first, so it was a couple minutes. It was a little bit later, so. But yeah, we geared everybody up, got in the car, and went to Joanne's. And then Alex ended up picking up a sand art kit. Like, at first he was, like, looking at, like, the glass jars and stuff like that. He's like, oh, I want to get these, and then I want to get the sand art and stuff. We're like, okay, well, before we start going around and buying a bunch of extra stuff, let's do these and see if you like it first. And if you like it, then we'll go ahead and get, like, fancier stuff for it. Which, he was completely understanding of, because he's one of those kids where, like, he wants the best thing, so he's going to, like, he's always going to, like, say he wants something more than what's offered. I'm like, well, let's start with this, and then we'll work our way up. So yeah, he was okay with that. And then Drake picked out this bracelet making kit with emoji beads. They were so cute. Like, they had a taco one, a pizza one, a donut one, and, like, a bunch of, like, emojis, like smiling and laughing faces and stuff like that. And so he picked, and then they also had, like, colored beads to go along with them. So they had a bunch of beads in, like, various different colors. And I think it said, like, makes 5 bracelets or something like that. I don't remember. So we picked that up. And then while we were searching, we were in the clearance area, and they had, like, Legend of Zelda a perler bead kit on, like, in clearance and on sale. And so we're like, oh, well, let's just get this, because why not? And it was like, when I say Legend of Zelda, I mean, like, old school Game Boy, like, original Game Boy graphics and coloring of it. It's so funny. I missed a bunch of those. So we're like, okay, we'll pick this up, and this is gonna be for basically whoever wants to do it. And then since we were walking around all, like, the craft stuff and everything like that, I was poking around, and I found this really cool, or I found this really gorgeous paint by number kit. And I've been wanting to try a paint by number for quite some time, actually. Like, for as long as I can remember, I've been wanting to try one. So I, of course, left my wallet at home, so I looked at my fiance, and I'm like, can I get this? And he's like, yeah, you can get it, which I was like, yeah. Yeah, we're actually in a decent situation financially, so we're like, yeah, we can actually do this stuff, it's fun. So yeah, we got that as well. I think that's everything. So we came out with, like, 4 boxes plus my diamond painting. And then I was hoping to get my hands on another Elizabeth Ward container, but unfortunately it sold out, like, literally that day. I was like, no. So yeah, that was a fun trip. And the boys had a fun time, and, like, as soon as we got home, they're like, oh, can we do our things? Can we do our things? And I was like, okay, well, hold up, let's settle first. And, like, we had to make sure Sydney was all settled and everything like that. And then once we were good, we set them down and did the stuff with them. And it was kind of funny too, because like while Drake was working on his bracelets and stuff, Sydney ran off with the boxed the emoji bracelets, and even now she just pulls it off the shelf and walks around with it. I think she likes it because it's really bright colored, but it's just so funny. She just picks it up and walks away. Yeah, boring colors, I know. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip real quick. Yeah, so we've been keeping our eye out because with the refinance, like basically that's eliminating almost all the debts that are still in his ex-wife's name. So we're like keeping an eye out on those debts, making sure like everything's getting paid off and stuff like that. And I think most of it is we're still waiting on one of the credit cards to show that the payment has come through, but that one always takes a long time for some reason. So, but yeah, most of them have paid, or most of them are taken care of now. So it's like, man, it's definitely relieving because it's like the amount of money we're gonna be saving every month now is making things a little bit more comfortable. Like, we're not like as stressed for money anymore, which is amazing. Feels great. I mean, I'm still looking for a job, obviously, but and he's gonna start looking here soon for a better paying job, because if he can get into a better paying job, then I don't need to worry about getting a job until after I'm done with school, which will be easier at that point because, you know, I actually have the degree behind me, which right now I don't, which is annoying. But yeah, just it's nice because like we were able to just go to Joann's and get a bunch of crafts with the boys and not worry about it. And it's like, you know, I would love to do this a couple times this summer, you know. Like, they seem like they really enjoyed it, and this is a good way for them to learn about new things and try new things. And who knows, maybe before we know it, we'll have like a craft that these boys are really into. Like, I am a diamond painting, so we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, now we're in July, so everybody's been putting up their 6 months in review posts on Instagram, and I'm just loving that. And I had to I had to actually do some math with mine, because I was like, wait a minute, this is how many I did. This is like, I had to figure out which collage to use, and the collage app I was using and stuff like that. It was funny. I'm not good at math, so, you know, it worked out very well in my favor. Yeah, I got mine posted. I've done 15 so far, which I'm really impressed with myself, honestly. I was actually worrying myself for a bit there too, because I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to run out of kits to do. Like, I was actually starting to panic, but then, you know, my wonderful fiance gave me an allowance. He gave me a little bit that I said I could spend on diamond painting stuff, so I did. So I got 2 diamond paintings from Craftably, because they had their buy one get one 50% off sale for the 4th. And then I got one of the Butterfly Effect Wearers pens this week that I'm really excited about. Like, I got the turn I wanted and everything. Katie didn't card snatch me. Just kidding, Katie, if you're watching. But yeah, I got the turn I wanted, and I got both the putties from this week because, I mean, when you're getting a pen from Butterfly Effect Wearers, it only makes sense to get the putty that matches it. And then the other one was apple pie, and I literally grew up surrounded by apple orchards, so apple is one of my favorite scents. Like, I still have like the apple orchard scent of Laura's Wee Wax that I literally just like sniff every now and then because I just love it. So yeah. So we got up to Friday. Saturday was once again just kind of a chill day because it was raining most of the day. And so I live on a lake road, which means I live in a very ritzy neighborhood. Like, our house is very small compared to the rest of the houses that are down our road. So, like, not quite kitty corner, but a house past our kitty corner, there's a dentist who lives there, and every year they throw this huge 4th of July party. When I say huge, I mean it's like you cannot, or you make sure you have everything you need before that day, because you are not getting down the road because there's just cars lining everywhere. And we live on a dead end road, so it gets kind of annoying because they block, like, the way the traffic is blocked and everything. Cause, like, our road is like, you have this really big curve and then you go down that, like, so, and people tend to park stupidly and you just get blocked, and it's a nightmare. So, like, that part's annoying, but the nice part of it is we basically get a free professional fireworks display that we can watch from our living room. So, every year they launch off this firework display. It's always this big to do and everything like that. And actually, I think this is the first year of that party, because the first year I moved into this house was 2020, and I don't think they did the party that year because, for obvious reasons. So I don't think they did the party the first year I was living here. And then the second year I was living here, the boys were with their mom, and right? Yeah, I think the boys were just with their mom, right? No, 2020. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, I think the boys were just with their mom that year. And then I think that was during the year that we did the week flip, because basically, like, the boys, their cousins on their mom's side, their parents are also divorced, and they were on opposite weekends of their cousins, so we did a week flip, basically, so that way they would end up in line with their cousins on that side. So, yeah, we didn't have them in 2020 or 2021 either. Yeah, we didn't have them in 2021 either for the party. 2022, last year, was the year that, we had, Sydney was newborn. They were with their mom again. And I remember being, like, high anxiety because, that night it took us an hour to get Sydney down to bed. And we were, like, she was, like, I think she was, like, just in her room, in her crib at this point. And we're like, oh my God, they're gonna launch this firework display, and they're gonna wake her up, and then, like, this entire hour of stress is just gonna be, and, like, I also remember getting, like, a really bad headache that day too. But I was able to lay in bed and just watch the fireworks from my bed. And then, so this year, we actually had the boys, and we're like, oh, like, it was also another rough day with the boys, because once again, they just they're not listening to us, and had a lot of problems with that. And so it was like, in reality, they don't deserve this treat, but also at the same time, it's something that you guys used to do every year, so don't want them to miss out on it. So we told the boys, like, we'll get you up once it gets started, don't come down before then, because if you do, you're just gonna stay in bed. And so they waited patiently for us to get them, and then we got them up, and then we stepped outside for a little bit and was watching, and then, the mosquitoes were really bad, though, because, it's been raining. So mosquitoes were really bad, and so we're like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna step inside, and then they came inside too, because they thought it was the end of the show, but then there was more. And so we just ended up turning off the lights in the house and just watched from the window, honestly, because it was better than standing outside. So yeah, we got to watch that, and the boys had a great time with it and enjoyed it, and and then, of course, like, one of the stipulations with it was like, okay, now you're gonna go upstairs and go right to bed. I know it was, like, super exciting, so it's hard, but you have to go upstairs and go right to sleep, or, well, you just have to be quiet. Like, obviously, can't say you have to go right to sleep and, you know, make them abide by that. But it's like we're telling them like don't go upstairs and just start talking and goofing around and messing around and stuff. Like actually try to go to sleep. And then we told them like if we have to come upstairs even once, they wouldn't have their switches for Sunday. So they're like, okay. And so, yeah, they went upstairs and went to bed, no problems. It was about like 10 o'clock, which is pretty late for them. They don't usually stay up that late, at least not with us. Over there, like I said, no rules. But yeah, it was like 10 o'clock, so they settled into bed, and then I settled in, and then I actually didn't go live at all this week because of a lot of the stuff that was happening. So yeah, Thursday I was just too mentally drained to go live, and I was having a bad mental health day with arguing with the boys so much, so I was like, I'm not going live tonight. And then on Saturday we were dealing with all that, and then by the time it was all done I was like, yeah, I don't have the energy for it. And then I was going to try to make up for it on Sunday, but then was once again too tired on Sunday. So I'm just going to get back to normal schedule this week. So yeah. But yeah, the boys went right to sleep without any issues, and it was actually kind of funny. Like, me and Sydney got up at like 8:30, I think it was, the next morning, because she woke up, and it was my morning to get up with her. And I came downstairs expecting to, you know, see the boys, and nobody was down here. I was like, oh, okay, they must have been tired. And they didn't come down until like almost 9 o'clock. I was like, dang, you guys slept in. Oh yeah, Thursday they went over over to my in-laws' house for a cousin play date. That's what they did on Thursday. I was like, I know they did something. Yes, I think doctor's appointment was Wednesday, and then they were over there Thursday. So yeah, we basically had a boy-free day on Thursday, but not a grumpy Sydney day, free day. So Sunday, we just basically had another chill day. Like, boys played their Switch. It was raining. And then we're like, okay, so we gotta figure out drop off. Because basically, like, you know, their mom has been a little angry at us lately. Because, you know, we kind of did all this without her realizing. And yeah, she was not happy when she found out. I mean, I laugh at it because, you know, it's funny to me, but yeah, she was mad. So, we asked one of the family members to drop the boys off for us, so we didn't have to deal with it. And plus, like, on Sunday we're like, okay, had to go to the grocery store, and then we were like talking about what we wanted to do for dinner, and I was like, well, can we like have a nice little treat, because, you know, we haven't had like a nice restaurant meal in a while. And so we got some Olive Garden, and like, I love their to-go stuff because it's so great. Like, they always send breadsticks, they always send the salad and your meal, so it's like basically I have multiple meals in one, because like I basically saved my salad for lunch the next day and just eat my pasta. Forgot what color I was dealing with for a second there. So yeah, we were like, okay, we're gonna do a treat yourself day. And so like after the boys were picked up, he ran out and went to the grocery store first, and then went and picked up her dinner, and then I was taking care of feeding Sydney and then getting her in bed, which, you know, getting her in bed is the easy part. Get her in her little squirmy wormy outfit, as we call it. It's her sleep sack and her PJs and her overnight diaper, and then give her a bottle and lay her down. Nice and easy. So yeah, we had a nice dinner together and watched some Big Bang Theory while doing that. And I think on Sunday I basically just worked on the mystery kit because I was like, focus. Or no, maybe it was, I don't remember. I do so much diamond painting, I don't even know what days I do what anymore. So yeah, it was Sunday, and then Monday, what happened? Okay, yeah. Yesterday was Monday. Yeah, I'm losing track of my days with not working because it's like I don't have to worry about what day it is anymore. So I lose track of my days easily. So don't mind me there. Let's go this way. So yeah, Monday we actually went over to our my in-laws' house because my fiance's brother was up visiting from Florida. So we brought Sydney over there. Unfortunately, we couldn't really get the boys because they're with their mom for the week. So I think they went up to the Thousand Islands and to their grandparents' place. So yeah, it was just us and Sydney over there. So we went and hung out. And once again, it was raining. So yeah, we hung out for a bit, had some lunch, had some pizza. Discovered so we got the mealtime things for kids, they're Gerber things, and we got it was mac and cheese and peas and carrots. I think it's peas and carrots. And Sydney was doing fine with it while I was giving her just the mac and cheese, but then when I tried to slip some of the peas and carrots in, she was just not having it, and she was just like, nope, nope, nope. And I don't blame her. They were drowned in liquid, so they didn't look appealing. So yeah, I don't blame her for not liking them. But then after that, she just refused to eat it, so we're like, okay. She wouldn't even eat the mac and cheese after that, so it was like, okay. So we gave her some applesauce, and she had a bunch of puffs and stuff, so she should have had enough, because I think she had about a quarter of the mac and cheese before she started refusing. But it's surprising because the first time we've actually dealt with her not liking something. And now we know how she reacts. She just doesn't open her mouth when you try to feed her. Yep. And so, yeah, so there's a little bit of drama that happened yesterday too. So my fiance's brother has this very active cattle dog named Jack. And it sounds like they actually do use him to herd cattle and stuff like that. So, he's very energetic and active and everything like that. And so it was us there plus my fiance's sister and her 2 kids. And those 2, they're pretty emotional kids, I'm not gonna lie. So, especially the youngest, he gets overwhelmed easily and upset easily and stuff like that. So we finally got a break from the rain, and we're like, okay, sun's starting to shine, so we finally were able to mosey outside so that the kids could get off screens and stuff like that, because they each have their own tablets and stuff, and they have a computer with a fun song app on it and stuff like that at his parents' house. So it's okay, we have to get them away from these screens. So it's okay, let's go outside and play and stuff like that. And so we went outside, and Sydney just wandered around and stuff like that, and they were tossing a frisbee back and forth, and then Jack decided he wanted the frisbee, so he just kept grabbing it and stuff and taking off with it and chewing it. He destroyed that frisbee. It was kind of funny actually. But one point my father-in-law was tossing the frisbee to Maddox, the younger kid, and Jack just ran and tackled Maddox for it. And they were like, oh god, we're like, you okay, bud? And he's like, yeah, he just broke my legs. We're like, what? I broke your leg? Okay, broke your legs. So that was pretty funny. And then they're like, oh, they had beach balls and stuff like that, so got one of the beach balls out, and Maddox was playing with that, and then Jack's decided he wanted it, and we saw it come, we're like, oh nope, here it goes, and then pop, a hole right in the beach ball. We're like, oh no. And we're like, it's okay, I think they said it was literally a dollar store beach ball, so it wasn't a big deal. And then of course, his brother gets on his phone and orders a bulk set of 12 beach balls to make up for it. Yeah, the way my fiance puts it, his brother and his wife are never gonna have their own kids, so they're gonna spoil the crap out of their nieces and nephews, or their niece and nephews, I should say. I don't know. I don't know. Might be nieces. I don't know about her side of the family. So yeah. So we had some drama with the beach ball at first, and then we're like, okay, well, we can get the inflatable stuff out, because last summer they sent his brother a picture of the kids all playing in this little kiddie pool that was for the dog. And so he ordered them this really awesome, like, bouncy water slide thing. And, like, yeah, it's basically got, like, a small little pool in the bottom, and then it's inflatable, and then they have, like, there's, like, a spot where you climb up, and then you have a slide going down, and, like, there's water, there's a water sprayer that shoots down the slide, so that, okay, I don't know where that other one came from. So you have that water sprayer that shoots down the slide so that it gets it wet, so that, you know, obviously you're not going to scrape yourself going down it. And then it also had, like, this, like, kind of like a water gun sprayer too, that, like, yeah, so it's a very fun thing for the kids, and they have a blast with it. And so they blew that up, and then they also have just, like, a regular bouncy house, but, you know, it was getting wet because, you know, the boys were just kind of, like, going between the two. But they were having such a blast and everything like that. And then Sydney was just wandering around doing her own thing, and then she was, like, over walking, and I think my fiance was with her, and all of a sudden Jack just comes out of nowhere, and, like, well, I think he was, like, grabbing something, or he was chasing something that was near her or something, and, like slammed into her, knocked her over, and, like, she was upset. Like, I think she was mostly scared, but she was fine. But it was just funny because she just started crying, and, like, his sister-in-law just, like, looks at Jack and is like, Jack, you made 2 kids cry today. So yeah, lots of drama. But I mean, at that point, you know, like, Sydney didn't really take a morning nap, and she doesn't take afternoon naps either, and we were over there for quite a bit, so she didn't really get a chance to lay down for an afternoon nap, so she was grumpy, and it's like we expected it. Like, yeah, we warned people, like, yeah, she didn't take a nap, so she's probably gonna be grumpy, and sure enough, she was. But yeah, I think it was like about 5 o'clock when we decided, like, oh, we should probably head home and, like, start doing bedtime, because we determined since she didn't nap, we should get her in bed a little early. So her normal bedtime's like 6:30, but then we're like, we'll put her in bed at 6 tonight because she didn't nap and she needs to sleep. So we got home, fed her dinner, and then just, like, immediately put her in bed, and then we finally got our chance to relax, and, you know, I was so worn out. Because that's what happens, like, socializing is, like, I'm definitely an introvert. Like, I like being out and socializing, but, like, I need to come home and recharge my battery. And so, like, I was just really feeling it yesterday. I was like, oh man, I am drained. So yeah, we basically had an easy night the rest of the night. I just watched some Big Bang Theory, and I know for sure I worked on my mystery kit last night. And then this morning, so on Father's Day weekend, I let him sleep in 2 days in a row because it was my turn to get up with her on Saturday, and then on Sunday, with it being Father's Day, I was not gonna like let him get up with her and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, you can take these 2 days. But basically since then since I went live with Sophie and stayed up until like 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't think I've recovered from that still. And so, like, I asked him this morning, asked him last week sometime, or I don't remember when I asked him at some point. I was like, hey, do you mind if I take a day, or if I can have 2 days of sleeping in a row to try to catch up and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, of course. And I wasn't, like, sure when we were going to do that, but I was like, yeah, just like, do like a a Friday and Saturday, or like a Sunday and Monday, something like that. So I slept in yesterday, and then this morning he let me sleep in again. So this was my 2 days in a row. And let me tell you, I slept hard last night. Like, I don't think I even woke up when Sydney got up this morning, and that is very rare for me, because, like, the moment she makes a noise, I'm like, mom brain kicks in, I'm like, oh, she's up, I'm up, go. So, yeah, I didn't even hear her get up this morning, and then next thing, all I know is I get woken up, and I look over, and my fiance's sitting there, and he's got a shirt on and stuff like that, because, like, he usually doesn't sleep with a shirt on, and, he's just like smiling at me, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I was like, just like look at him, I'm like, what time is it? And he goes, it's 11. I'm like, what? So I slept until 11, and then I was telling him, like, wait, so is Sydney down for a nap? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't even know she woke up. So like I woke up super confused. Super confused. So yeah, it was pretty funny. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm out of it. But then I started waking up, and I was like, okay, things are starting to make more sense. Plus I was having a very strange dream that I was trying to make sense of while I was in the dream. And then like suddenly I was just like in real life and trying to make sense of real life, and yeah, I was just very confused this morning. But yeah, he's like, so yeah, he got me up, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs. And then I asked him, like, are you going to take a nap? And he's like, I really don't want to, because I don't want to sleep till noon, but then at the same time, I think I need to. And so, like, what he did was he laid down, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to lay down for a couple minutes. If I fall asleep, then I'm taking a nap, I guess. I was like, okay. And then, you know, I came downstairs, made my coffee and stuff, and settled in and started working on my mystery painting, because, you know, while the baby girl was asleep, I took advantage of being able to record while doing that. There's a hole in that drill. Yeah, and then next thing I know, I like look at the time, and I'm like, well, I think he's taking a nap. So then I went up an hour later and got him up, and when I woke him up, I'm like, I guess you were tired. And he's like, yeah, I guess I was. So yeah. But yeah, today was basically just a relaxing day for us. Where you're like, yep, I don't even want to do chores or anything like that. There was like, I mean, obviously we had to do cat boxes because that was just something that needed to get done. But aside from that, it was like it was just a relaxing day. We're like, yeah, we're gonna chill. We're gonna just not worry about anything. And you know, Sydney was actually in a, like, ever since I found out that she has that tooth in there, she's been in a better mood. I don't know why. Like, it's not like we haven't been giving her anything for it. Wait a minute. Did I put that on back the wrong way? Which number is it? Number 3. I did. Yeah, I had to cut these stickers, and I guess I put ones on wrong. Here we go. That's why I checked and double checked, but didn't do a good job. Okay. Yeah, so ever since I found out that she's got that molar coming in, she's been in a better mood. So today she was just kind of like running between the two of us and laughing and stuff, and I was chasing her around going, I'm gonna get you, and she'd like scream and laugh and run away and run into a corner where I definitely can get her. She always runs into the corner where she can't get out, and it's like, why do you do this? But yeah, she was just having a blast today, and she was really well behaved and stuff, and yeah, it was good. I was like, okay, good. Like, it was just funny because like that night after I found out she's got that molar coming in, it's like somebody switched my child at night or something, because like she was just a completely different baby. Like, she's been sleeping in a lot more this week too, so maybe that's been helping, because she's been, instead of getting up at like 8 or 8:30 like she normally does, she's been sleeping until almost 9, and sometimes a little bit after 9, so maybe that's just why she's in a better mood. Hopefully it just sticks, because I like her a lot better when she's in a better mood. She's definitely more fun and not as grumpy. So yeah, and then of course, I ended up in lives today, and got pressured into buying stuff. Nah, just kidding. Didn't get pressured. It was just one of those moments where like Bev was talking about her shop, because I was basically watched Bree's live and I watched Bev's lives tonight, and Bev was talking about her shop and stuff like that, because she's getting things ready to ship out this week, because she only ships once a month. And so I was like, or everybody was like talking, or she was like packing orders and stuff like that, and I peeked over at the website and like it was a mistake, because well, not really, because I'm happy to support the small shops in our community, and don't worry, Bree, I'm coming for you too. I'm gonna get some pity putty. I wasn't a big fan of the flavors or the scents that were posted right now, but believe me, I will be coming your way soon. But yeah, when I was looking at her website, Bev had this Eye of Horus charm on a red bracelet. I was just like, oh man. Like, I love Egypt, like that. I don't know what it is, but like just like the architecture, the art and everything like that is just one of my favorite. Oh, I think that might count as an old west. Do some hieroglyphics and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking into that. We have some interesting stuff for next year. Anyways, but yeah, it was this beautiful Eye of Horus charm that is on a red bracelet, red beads, and I was like, that one was like made for me. And so like I ended up purchasing it when the live was going on. And it was kind of funny because all of a sudden she goes, wait, someone just purchased, and she goes, wait, I know who this is. I'm like, oh. And of course I responded to the chat, I'm like, definitely not me, it wasn't me, nope. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, getting that, because like I said, just my colors, and I love ancient Egypt. It's just such cool art to it, for sure. There. It's like, wait, I don't know why I grabbed 3 on that. I only needed 2. Okay, so what's on the dock for this week? Obviously going live on Thursday and Saturday. I will not be skipping it this week, I promise you that. I am only 11 followers away from affiliate. That's it. So hopefully we can push there this week. That'd be really exciting. Because if I can become affiliate, then I can have some financial support so that I can dump into the channel. Woo! So, yeah, pushing for that affiliate, and then, which if you aren't following me on Twitch and you would like to, it should be posted in the description box below. Brain, work with me. Yeah, might be posting a little bit more this week, just because I have a lot of videos that I need to get out, because like I have like 4 poster reviews, I think, that I need to get up, plus I have the Maui mystery box unboxing that I did that I have to do a voiceover for, but I have that as well, and like I have a bunch of unboxings, because yeah. My good friend Stealthy Crafter, if you're not following her, you should be. Our kids are basically twins. And earlier, she's like, kids have no common sense. Like, yeah, I know, trust me. Anyways, she sent me a couple of kits from her stash that she knew she wouldn't be working on. And so I literally unboxed all of them. I got 4 kits and I unboxed all of them. So I have those unboxings. I have a couple of Jaded Gem Shop unboxings, although one of them is going to wait until we're closer to November because it's a ACOTAR painting. And then the other one's going to wait until, wait till June. Or not June, oh my god. July, and towards the end of this month because it's my Sailor Summer painting. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to get that out. But yeah, I definitely have I have a bunch of unboxings. Yeah, I definitely just posted the Moody Made one. Oh guys, I did a crazy thing earlier, and I was like, I'm probably gonna regret doing this after doing it, but you know, because it was just one of those situations where it's like, oh, this is gonna like show how out of control I am. But I made an Excel spreadsheet for all my diamond paintings, and then me and my fiance played a fun guessing game of how many of this kit or how many of this company do you think I have? On the bright side, he overguessed for Diamond Art Club. He guessed 60, and I was only at like 35, so ha. And that's like including kits that I've already completed too. So yeah, I got everything all nice and organized now on an Excel spreadsheet because we got a new Fire tablet for Amazon Prime Day. Because like they have the sales on their Amazon devices earlier. So we ended up picking that up and we got this cool, nice little case for it where we can use it to stand it up because I wanted it for Pattern Keeper because was like, I'm going to get a cross-stitch conversion at some point. I'm going to want Pattern Keeper. Plus, I am a cross-stitcher. I haven't done it in a while because, I mean, obviously diamond painting takes up all my time. But, and also, like, I struggle with, like, sometimes losing count and stuff like that because I am dyslexic, so I do struggle with that. And so now that Pattern Keeper, I'm like, how did I work without this before? So I actually did some cross-stitching over the weekend while I was messing with that. Okay, it's going to be a little bit longer of a whip and check because I also realized another thing I forgot to talk about. I got a new phone! Last week my phone was like, oh, suddenly I'm not going to connect to the internet, and then it took like resetting the the router and stuff like that to get it working again. And I was like, I need a new phone because I was working with like a Pixel 4a. So the company that we have our service through, they actually had a nice deal going where both of us were able to get new phones. And like because like before we had an unlimited plan because, you know, he was driving me to school and chilling in the parking lot and then watching like TikToks in the parking lot, and that can eat up data. So we're like, we switched to an unlimited plan while we were doing that, but we didn't need to do that anymore because, you know, this semester I actually drove myself. And so we're like, we got so yeah, we dropped our plan back to the normal plans and then got the 2 new phones, and we're actually paying less than we were before. So it worked out in our favor. So yeah, I got a Pixel 7 now, so I'm really excited about it. I've been playing with it the last few days. And I got an awesome case coming for it, but it's going to be a couple weeks because it's coming from, is it Casetify? And like they do like custom cases and stuff like that. So I gotta wait a little bit longer for that one. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I love it. It's it's just so different. Like the screen is so much bigger and the camera is so much better. It's just like, man, I can feel it. I feel the difference. And you guys will see the difference on Instagram. So yeah, I got a little distracted. So yeah, Fire tablet. Oh yeah, so where I was going with the tablet thing. What symbol is that? I don't know. I'll have to get a closer look when I'm not recording. I do have a couple of these. So yeah, I've obviously had my eyes on a cross-stitch conversion from Jade's shop. It is my unicorn. It's the Merida Princess panel by Mandy Manzano. Merida is my princess because I am Scottish, and I was like so excited when Brave was announced and stuff like that, and like, yeah, I was really excited because it's like, yeah, I'm excited to have my Scottish representation there. And so like when I saw that princess panel and like I missed it when Diamond Art Club had it, so I was like, oh my gosh, I've been dying to have it. And you know, like trying to find that one, that's one of the ones that's like highly sought after, so it's impossible to find it. And so I was kind of bummed for a while, like, I was like, this is going to be an impossible painting to find. And then, you know, here comes Jade with all of her cross-stitch conversions and stuff, and I'm like, oh, they have it. I've been dying. I want it. I'm dying. And so my birthday is next month. It's August 7th, coming up here shortly. Like less than a month, or almost a month away. A little bit more than a month away. I know what day it is, I swear. But yeah, I was like, my birthday's coming up, so I looked at my fiance and I'm like, would you mind getting me this for my birthday? And he said yes. So I ordered it, especially since like Jade was having a 20% off sale this weekend. So I was like, ooh, like, I'm like, we're not gonna get a price like this for a while, I'm sure. And so he's like, yeah, we can, I'll get it for you for your birthday. And I was like, yay. So my Ultimate Unicorn is coming. I already have the pattern downloaded into Pattern Keeper. Purchased it through Creatively Stitching. And so yeah, I'm just waiting for the canvas to get here, and I'm really excited too because that means I will have a cross-stitch conversion to work on during that event that's coming in the fall. I think it starts in September maybe, or yeah, I think it starts in September. So that is super exciting. I'm like really excited. It's like the best birthday present ever. Sorry, Sophie, you lost out on best birthday present ever now with the I kept telling Sophie like the best birthday present ever was the fact that she was doing the Sailor Summer event during my birth month, but sorry, fiance just edged her out a little bit there. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I can't wait to get my hands on it and just open it up and look at it and everything. But you know, gotta be patient. So yeah, we're an hour. So yeah, I'm not sure what videos are gonna come up this week. Probably some post reviews. I think actually we're gonna have one posted today, which is Tuesday. And then yeah, so you might see a little bit of extra posts from me just to get some of those up because we have a lot sitting and waiting. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, that should be it for this Whip and Chat. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you throw in an emoji of some fireworks in honor of the 4th of July? Or like a American flag, or, you know, something that makes you think of the 4th of July. How about that? Yeah, so if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Throw me a comment. Let me know how you guys are doing. What did you guys do with your holiday? Jonesy, why are you sitting on the table again? Oh my God, this cat. Yeah, so let me know what you did with your holiday. If you're not already subscribed and you've listened to me yammer for over an hour, then you're probably going to like it here. So just go ahead and hit that little subscribe button down there. And then hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. Generally, Whip and Chats such as this will be done or posted on Wednesdays. But other things like small shop hauls, post reviews, and unboxings, those will be posted at random. So you want to hit that bell to be notified whenever I post a video. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!